I feel really confident coming into this weekend. We've had a great couple of weeks of practice leading up to here. We had a great tournament in York, Nebraska. Both Carson and Sierra, led the team, going 6-0 that weekend. First place finish in the individual, helping our team win majority of the matches that we contested in our duels. I'm relaxed. I feel good about this weekend. I think they are as well. We've been really kind of just taking some of the emphasis off of like the national tournament, and it's just another day. It's just another tournament. The singlet's still on. We tie our shoes the same way. I was kind of looking over it. I think we've seen 36, 37 of the schools that are in the WCWA, and there's 42, 43. So we've seen pretty much everybody at a tournament, so nothing's new. It's business as usual. I feel really good about going in, and I think they do as well.
Questions?
Carson, after playing basketball, playing rugby, you found the sport that you never knew you were looking for, it looks like. And going into the nationals now, I mean, you've got a shot to place at a sport that you've never done anything in. Is that just kind of hard to believe sometimes?
It's exciting. It's kind of like hard work pays off. I worked hard in basketball. I worked hard to come back from some injuries, and the payoff is coming now. Everyone's like, oh, you've just been wrestling for 6 months. No, this has been 4 years of lifting weights and working out with teams and putting time in. And so it's just exciting, and I love competing. And so it's just really just the work's been put in. Now I just got to show up and put the work out on the mat and hope that it goes the best. So I'm excited to compete. That's the main thing, and thankful for the opportunity.
Since your season has gone pretty well too, as just a freshman, kind of seeing what's out there for the next 2 or 3 years, got to kind of get you ready to go, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What all have you learned this year about wrestling?
That college wrestling for women is a lot harder than high school. And I don't know. I really know, to be honest.
This is the first time the program is going to the nationals. What kind of legacy do you guys want to leave, knowing that this is the first time you guys can kind of set the standard? What is that kind of expectation for you guys? What are you trying to come away with this weekend or this competition?
Kind of like Coach was saying, we just want to show up and compete like it's any other tournament. And when we show up and we do our best, we compete pretty well. I think almost everyone on the team has come away and placed. Almost everyone on the team is placed at a tournament. And so if we just show up and give our full effort and compete at our best, then we should perform pretty well and set a pretty high standard for the next couple years and the next teams to follow us. So that's exciting.
Sierra?
I forgot the question.
What are the expectations going into this weekend? How do you feel about being the first team competing at nationals?
I think I'm just thinking of it as like a regular tournament, like thinking like, oh, okay, the real nationals is next week. This is just like a warm up. So I think we'll do really good.
And then is there kind of an underdog mentality, being the first team, not many, maybe know about this team? Is there that underdog mentality, and you feel that you can, overcome that or put it aside as you wrestle in these big matches?
Kind of.
Carson kind of touched on it earlier. We've been to all these different tournaments. We've gone to big tournaments. We've gone to smaller tournaments. I kind of planned our schedule that way, so we had some ups and downs and some adversity, and sometimes it really build our confidence. Every time we show up somewhere, everyone's complimented us like, wow, you guys are good. Like, if you had a full lineup, you probably would have smoked us. And when Wayland Baptist came in, very first tournament, very first college match for some of these girls, most of the girls, all of them, the coach came afterwards and he was like, man, you guys dealt us a little bit of a humble pie because we won 3 out of the 7 matches. We were winning a 4th match up until 5 minutes and 55 seconds of the second period. I think there's that underdog. I like being underdog. It's fine. We're going to go out and compete. We're going to give our excellent effort in everything that we do. Carson likes to compete. Sierra likes to compete. We keep talking about just go out and compete. you know, like I said, we've done the hard work. It's there, and we're just going to go out and do our best.
So is this season, I mean, I know there's really nothing you can really judge it on, but it's got to go up there with your expectations, beyond your expectations?
Me and Dave Yonke were talking about this the other day. He was like, man, think about back in May, like, what was your expectation going into it? And I kind of laughed and was like, well, I'm a competitive person. I expected us to be to be where we're at. But the girls bought into the philosophy of just striving to be excellent in everything that we do, you know, trusting the process over the outcome. You know, we don't really focus on results. We focus on the process. With them buying into that, I think that's why we've had so much success. Having Carson as a leader on this team who's, like she said, she's maybe only wrestled 6 months, but she's been an athlete her whole life. You know, she's put in the hard work prior. Sierra coming in as probably one of the most accomplished girls on the team, you know, came in with that mindset as well, and the girls have been able to feed off of that. The expectation is that we're going to do well, regardless of the outcome. You know, I expect those girls to go out and fight in every single match, and, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I think kind of earlier we talked about like what the expectation is, you know, what's the benchmark. You know, we're going to set the benchmark for the years to come. Hopefully that benchmark's set high, and if it's not, it just gives us something to shoot for in the spring season with the USA event and then next year's college nationals.
Maybe a whole roster next year, huh?
Yeah, well, recruiting's going well. We have 5 girls already signed for next year, especially all those lower weights that we didn't have, so that's been the kind of the big push. Girls that I think are going to come in and make an impact and help fill out this lineup and give us a solid lineup from 101 pounds to 191 pounds.